The great Bobby Belt.
You ruined the morning show.
Don't make me take off my belt.
Don't make me take off my belt.
We're not. Over to you, Bobby.
What does BB think about BB? Bryan Broaddus joins us live from the tennis courts in Oxnard, California, where we have a joint practice today with the Los Angeles Rams of Anaheim. Bryan, you excited to see another one of these joint practices? I know last week you felt like you got a lot out of it.
Yeah, I'm excited because the San Francisco 49ers are so banged up that the Rams had to change their schedule, and they got the Cowboys on their schedule today. So, yeah, injuries happening at the Niners allows the Rams to come this direction. So I am excited about that. They worked really well last time together, so we'll get to see more work with the ones. And I know that Sean teased about Cooper Beebe and stuff, so that'll be exciting as well.
Yeah, Bryan, that was something yesterday that felt like it came a little bit out of nowhere, where Mike McCarthy just, kind of stepped up and said, yep, Cooper Beebe, we've been really impressed with him. In fact, he's getting first-team reps. It's odd because Mike McCarthy is not the type who will usually answer a direct question about personnel or depth chart. So for him to just volunteer it in the middle of an answer, I thought was interesting. But when you see that move or that decision, do you think we've got a real competition now with Brock Hoffman? And is that more about Beebe or is it more about Hoffman?
I think that it is probably more about Beebe. And there were some struggles very early in this camp with some of the snaps. Excuse me, early morning cough in here. But, yeah, there was some trouble with the snaps early in the camp. There was some trouble with his technique. There was trouble with snap, step, engage, those kinds of things. He's gotten much better at it. The work that he has, the snaps don't seem to be a problem. When you watch the tape of him playing in the game, his ability with the one-on-one blocks was good. His help with the various schemes that they had going. He missed one block back that cost him a negative play, but then he also had a twist stunt where he was just a little late identifying the twister coming around, and he was trying to help, but he just couldn't quite get there. But other than that, he's been pretty pinpoint, with, like I say, the snaps and then the functioning as a center in the reps that he's been able to get.
It still needs to get better, obviously, the snaps. There's been a lot of improvement. It needs to still get better. When you look at the strides that he's made from beginning of the offseason program up until now, do you think it's reasonable to believe that the strides can be made to where you can feel comfortable about the snapping in another, 3 weeks whenever they go out there to Cleveland?
I think so, and I think that's what they're going with right now themselves. They feel like that, the more work that they can get him, the better off that he will be. I mean, he actually got some guard work as well and didn't look bad doing that. So all of a sudden it turns into, well, now we have a capable player. If there is now a legitimate battle for the starting job. I didn't feel like that initially that was the case. The learning curve and all that looked like it was going to be pretty steep for him, that he was going to have to become accustomed to playing center again, which he hadn't done since his early days of college. So yeah, it's a situation where they're betting on him continually to get better, and we'll see if the line coach fights him on this one, because the line coach really likes Brock Hoffman. They talk about Brock Hoffman. The new talking about guy in camp has been Malik Davis. So you're kind of getting there. Well, maybe they're setting us up for, the running back room with Malik Davis in it. But yeah, with this is now a legitimate competition between the two centers.
Bryan Broaddus from California, presented by Sagamore Spirit Rye Whiskey here on 105.3 The
Thank you to them, yeah.
Yes, sir. How big Bobby broke the news yesterday in Crosstalk, Chuma Edoga out 4 to 6 with a broken toe. How huge of a problem do you think they view this, or does Guyton just make it, all right, this was eventually going to happen, it's just accelerated now?
It hurts you on the depth aspect of it all, because now you got to figure out the one thing that Edoga didn't have many fans after last season. The one thing that he's been able to do is to come into camp and he's looked serviceable. And you were hopeful that Guyton was going to get the opportunity and take the job. Guyton played really well in the game for not practicing at all last week. So, good for him for that. But, yeah, as far as the depth of your tackle position, they're a good team, I feel like, inside. their centers and guards. Good. That's a good group right there. Where they have a little issue is on the tackle spots. And now you take a veteran guy who has had good training camp practices, didn't play poorly in that game the other day with the opportunities he got. The scrimmage, they ran the ball last week with him being at left tackle. So there were some positive things about Edoga, but it hurts you on the depth of the offensive line right now.
Broaddus, philosophically, if you're a coach and you're looking at an offensive line, would you rather have an offensive lineman playing? Would you feel more comfortable with one that isn't super talented but doesn't make mistakes and always that knows their assignment, or one that is super talented that might make a mistake here or there but also could kind of manhandle an elite player?
Give me that guy. And I say that, and I say it very quickly. I've been around just okay linemen, and it really never gets you anywhere, because then you all of a sudden you get into games and you don't have the ability. Yeah, you know what you're doing, but you're getting crushed because you can't move. They can't move. They can't extend. They can't block. Their feet aren't quick enough to handle the elite rush. Give me the guy that's occasionally. You're gonna have 65, 70 plays a game, Chop, and even Tyron Smith is gonna have 2 bad plays. Now you hope those aren't the plays that get you killed. You hope that's not your quarterback laying on the ground and the ball out and you lose the game. But you're gonna have, I gave the example of Cooper Beebe the other day. Played well in that game, but had 2 plays where you'd like to have him back. But I'll take that guy over the guy that knows what he's doing and is just okay at his job.
Bryan Broaddus here with us on 105 through the Fan. Bryan, as we are 3 weeks out now from the beginning of the season, let's just assume the Lamb deal gets done. That's going to get finished up, and he will be available and ready to go week 1. So you have everybody reported to camp. You have the current health situation you do. What most concerns you today, August 14th, about where the Cowboys stand heading into the season?
You asked me the question in a direct way with Lamb being involved.
Mm-hmm.
Is it an offensive question or is it a overall question?
Across the board, the team. So you're not worried about Lamb not being here.
Okay.
What is your biggest concern?
Okay, now my biggest concern, it really hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. They're going to try and sell us on this running back room, and I still feel like that the pro personnel guys, Alex Loomis and those guys are hunting running backs. I feel like they're hunting defensive tackles, and now they might be hunting edge rushers is what they might be hunting as well. So those are the concerns that I have right now with this football team. Can they add a piece to one of those? Maybe all 3, or can they add a piece to 2 of those? But those are the 3 areas that I would say right now, looking at this football team, that I would try and address if I were the Dallas Cowboys.
Has this camp and living and breathing it every single day changed your mind about what you think they're going to be compared to what you felt before?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because I was having dinner with John Machota and Todd Archer last night, and that was the exact question. I ended up paying for dinner, by the way.
Of course you did.
Yeah, we went. Todd found a really nice Italian place. It was really nice.
Hold on, who would be the one after you most likely to pay between the 2 of them?
Machota. Archer's a cheap Irishman, is what he is.
Whoa, hey! Was it Dominic's? Is that where it was?
Dominic's, that's where we went.
Oh, that was on
Ruben's list. We went there years ago.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, Machota's driving, and we're and all of a sudden, John's like, wait a minute, left here, right here, left. Wait, where are we? And next thing you know, you're in basically a little area where you would never think there's a restaurant, but Dominic's, excellent food. You asked me the question if I feel different, and we talked about it last night. I do feel different about what they're, because I wasn't really sure who was going to be behind Cooks.
Totally.
I had some questions about Tolbert. I had some questions about Brooks. You got Croppers playing better. I've seen now kind of what's going on at left tackle. That makes me feel a little bit better. We'll soon see about what's happening at center. This secondary looks like that, it's going to be good enough. And I say good enough, but I think good. I think it's good. I love what Al Harris has done with them. I think this translates. If you're thinking a 9-win team, maybe it's a 10-win team. Maybe you get another win out of it. Ceiling on this, as they like to say, maybe 11 wins on it. But I think overall there were some questions that were answered. But those 3 positions that I talked about, the running back, the defensive tackle, and the edge, might be the one thing that kind of keeps them in that 9-win level that I think that they might be right now.
Brian, we've talked, whenever we talk about the quarterback position, a lot of it's on Trey Lance and Cooper Rush and things like that. I know we've talked sparingly about Dak, but this is probably the least we've talked about Dak in a single training camp that I can remember, other than his contract situation. Just in general, I guess, being out there for all these practices that you have, how has Dak looked overall to you? Where would you grade this? I'm genuinely asking, John.
You're so obvious, dude.
This is not obvious.
You're so obvious.
He could say that he's bad.
No, we all know
this is called leading the witness.
Yes, God, Bobby.
This is leading the witness.
Look, if just asking him how a guy is playing is going to lead to effusive praise, then
Bobby, you could do this on Love of the Star and get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're leading the witness here, but no, you know that Dak has looked well. I mean, that's the thing. And I think.
Enjoy it while you can.
Surprise.
Enjoy it while you can, Bobby.
Yeah. Whoa. I will say this though. Zimmer has challenged all these quarterbacks. He really, really has. And while Mike is trying to implement his scheme, he's working against the offense. So the offense they don't script plays, is what they do. The offense puts up some plays, defense will adjust to that. So that's what's been really, really good with Dak. There's been times out here where it hasn't been really a clean look. It's been a little muddy in some regards. They get down the red zone, this defense plays a little bit differently. You could see some blitzes, you could see the rotations of coverages and stuff. Dak's done a pretty darn good job of picking those things up. And I think the thing that's really helped him some is the ability to slide forward in the pocket. Not so much go wide, but his ability to step up and make throws. And I think it's helped him with some of his accuracy, especially on some of the deep in-breaking routes that they've been able to show in some of these practices as well.
So they're kicking off today at 1, and then the coverage at 3.
Yeah, it's 1. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, and then I've got what I get. I'm going to be on the G-Bag doing my. They call me the guest now. I'm the guest.
Oh.
I'm not even on the show anymore.
Wow,
I'm like a guest.
They should call you the anchor.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I'm the guest. I guess I'm the anchor bringing it down because. But yeah, here I'm the guest.
Well.
But anyway, no, I love being with my guys. But yeah. Afterwards, I'll be on with the G-Bag Nation talking about it. I know we got a short show today because of the Rangers and Red Sox. But hopefully we'll break it down for folks starting at 3 o'clock, and we can have some good conversations about how the practice went against the Rams today.
Well, you're the sail for us. Is that a sailboat? Is that the right term?
A sail.
The bow.
Bow's the left.
No, that's the front.
Bow.
Never mind. Shut up.
Stern
front
aft.
is the bow.
Starboard.
Port, stern.
You're the whole boat, baby.
You're the whole boat, baby. Thank you, brother. You're the best.
Yeah.